Alright, what is up? Let's fix some small stuff. I'm just smashing out videos here. I think we've been doing this pretty much all day. Anyway, let's just keep going. We are working on the zombie. And if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I always forget to say that, but I remember now. So it's cool if you subscribe. It makes me happy and everything, and makes the channel grow. So please do it. And also thanks for everybody who has subscribed already. We are at like 2,300 subscribers or something. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's just keep going. I found a bug, or I've noticed it for a while. I meant to fix it, but like if we get our gun and if we just quickly press the aim button, we go into the wrong movement mode. That's not nice. Let's fix it. And it's right mouse button, we go to aim. For some reason we don't go back to aim. I guess it's because we have a delay somewhere, probably here, or no, set movement mode somewhere. Set aiming, maybe here. Yep, it's because we have a timeline here. So client reverse aim, and from there let's go to reverse. I guess let's see if that works. Yeah. And I mean, maybe not from start. Reverse from end. Okay, that gave us nothing. It actually made it worse, I guess. Or I mean, okay, let's think about this. Maybe it's not this. This might not be the issue from start. Let's see if this is actually the issue first. So now we have no smooth rotation. If I pick up my gun and quickly right click, and we have the wrong lean, I see, on the gun as well. Okay, so I feel like it was this that was the issue, because it worked now. Let's just see if it stopped working now again. Okay, so that's definitely the issue, and I think it's because of this, or actually it's definitely because of this. So we just need to we don't need to do this, but we need to reset this. Client set rotation movement to jaw. I mean, we need to get, okay, let's see, we need to change this. Set rotation to movement yaw. Let's just call this, no, that's cool, but let's drag these ones in instead. There we go. So we need the yaw here, and when we stop aiming, okay, sorry, that's not the issue. The issue is we do reset it somewhere. but since the timeline is still active when we just so that's the thing. We need to only fire this if the timeline is, if we are still still aiming. Do we have an aim? Is aiming is false. Okay, yeah. So in this timeline here, get is aiming. And we only actually fire this if his aiming is true. And that should fix it. And so this is on the end of the smooth rotation to aim, because this is the timeline with a 0.030 seconds, 0.03 delay. If we let go of our aim button before this delay fires, then it fired and changed the movement mode even after we stopped aiming. So let's see. Now it should work. So that's still working, and if we just quickly, so that's nice. But we do actually want to reverse this. So client reverse rotation to aim. We're just gonna reverse it from its current point, not from end, from its current point, because otherwise it snaps. So reverse rotation to aim, and but we don't. Yeah, that's gonna be fine, I think. Why does it go there? That's not because of this one, right? The camera location was wrong. Yeah, because the camera shouldn't go back here. It should go back here. But if we quickly press, we go to the wrong way. We're gonna keep this reverse for now. Move component. Actually, I don't think we need this. Move component 2. I mean, yeah, I guess it's I guess it's got to do with this over time, because we click the next one before this one, which means this one finishes and puts it to 0, 0 of the other one. I mean, why do I need it to be offset? I could just, because the aim camera boom, that's a 0, 1, right? So why don't I just move this one out a little bit as well? Instead of doing 50, 50, I can just do 50, 50 here, right? And then set this one to 0. Isn't that gonna work? I mean, that should produce the same results. Right. No, it's not. Okay, I see why. It's not the same result because it's a camera boom and not. So that's why we want it to be on the 0. Okay. why is it? Let me pause and figure this out. 1 second. Alright, it was because of that. So what I did was we grabbed this aim camera boom. Let's just set that to 0 as well actually. And then when we aim, because this was 0 0 before, so let's just do this 50 50. So now it's the same values here and here, so it doesn't really matter, and that should be fine. And the aiming is still good. I mean, I changed the values a little bit, but this is fine as well. But you can obviously just switch your aim to whatever you want to. It was the way it was before was 60-60, I think, the offset, but 50-50 is fine as well. Actually, I'm gonna do no, I want it to be quite low. This was good. I like this better. 50-50. Yeah, this is good. I like this. And let's go with that. 11 minutes of fixing stuff that was easy. Let's apply damage. So go to the zombie. Actually, go to the master AI. So this is depending on if you're gonna use like a weapon or not, something. I'm probably gonna do some kind of character with a weapon later, but for now let's grab a sphere collision, parent it to the mesh, and let's do the socket and right, and sphere radius maybe 15. Gonna move it down a little bit, something like that, and that's gonna be fine. And you can do it for the left one as well, but I'm just gonna do one for the right one just now. And damage, and we're gonna set the collision to custom. It's gonna ignore everything except palm. And it's gonna have no collision. Let's do block, see what happens. And it's gonna have no collision. So now in our animations, I'm not sure where to have this. Enos. I'm not sure where did I put my other structures and stuff. Blueprints, maybe. Okay, why did all these animations go here? Yeah, I guess those are the one that we didn't really set up before. Maybe that was stupid. I might have removed one from the actual plan space we were using when I think about it. Might have destroyed something there. No, doesn't look like it. Maybe the running animation. Screw it, that's fine for now. Where did I put all my structures? S attack. Show in folder. Okay, that's in the prefabs. That's fine. What was I planning to do? We are gonna do a go to blueprint, we're gonna make a new blueprint class. It's gonna be of the type, no, not actor, sorry. Blueprint class, it's gonna be of the type all classes and get anim notify state. You have this anim notify state. Let's select it, call it AI enable damage. Open it up, and what these ones do is they are states that we can fire off from the animation montages. So they will only be active during a certain part of the animation. And we are going to override on notify begin, and we're going to override on notify end. And on begin, we are gonna get owner, and we're gonna cast to master AI. And in our master AI, we're gonna, in the functions, we are gonna since this is replicated, I think it's fine if we just get hand damage, which is the sphere collision. And I mean, we're replicating the animation itself, so I don't think we actually need a replicated function for this. We'll try, but since the animation is replicated, the notify should actually replicate as well. So we're just gonna on notify begin or on notify end. We're gonna copy this and do the same on notify begin. So on the notify begin, we're gonna set collision enabled. Cure in physics, and on notify end, we're gonna set to no collision. So if we go to our zombie and go to our attack animations, if we go to the animation, you can see that we have notifiers here. And on this track, I'm gonna not add a notify, we're gonna add a notify state called AI enable damage, which is the one that we just made. So during this part of the animation, the damage will now be enabled, because on the begin we enable the collision and on the end we disable the collision. So let's enable it here and disable it here. Let's copy. I'm just gonna copy this one, not sure if it's copyable. Okay, we need a right hand collision as well, apparently a left hand collision as well, and a both. Okay, I'm just gonna this was annoying. I'm just gonna hold on this one for, we are at 19 minutes already. Okay, fuck it, let's do this properly. Let's do hand damage, sorry, not here. In the master AI, hand damage, and let's do left, don't crash, right. Okay, so hand damage right is parented to hand right, and this should be hand left, right. how complicated should we make this? Either we make more animation states, or we make more variables in our attack. Let's make more animation states. I think that's easier. So make another one. Enable left. Enable left hand damage, right hand damage, and for good measures, in our master AI we are also gonna add static mesh, which is not going to be parented to anything, and it's not going to be anything at this point. Weapon. Static mesh SM weapon. Because we might have weapons in the future. Or I mean, SM offhand, SM main hand. Because that's two weapons that we can actually use in the future. Because some zombies might have picked up a freaking axe or something. Okay, cool. So that means we're gonna do another one called enable weapon damage, and in our master AI we're gonna set the collision of this one to no collision as well, and it's gonna be custom. Actually, we're gonna ignore all except pawn, but it's gonna be no collision. Actually, block pawn. All right. So on begin, hand damage right, hand damage right. That's good. And we have this one. This is gonna be hand damage left instead, because this is the left one. Oh. And that's good. That's good. And we go back into our zombie. I mean, this is complicated stuff, so I understand if you have like questions, and I also understand if you can't follow along, because I'm really not explaining very much right now. I'm just doing and hoping you can follow along. So please ask in the comments. I try to answer all of the comments that I get and all of the questions, and so far we are not that many subscribers, so so far I can keep up, I think, even if I'm maybe late to answer 1 or 2 days sometimes, but I do try. So just ask away if there's something that are bothering you and it's not really working or whatever, and I'll try to explain as best as I can. But I mean, it is not a basic tutorial. There are like plenty of tutorials out there that are super basic, and I feel like I go in way more depth than other people, so it's gonna get a little bit more complicated as well. I'm sorry about it, but just ask me questions if it pops up. And I mean, just slow down the video or something. Maybe you need to do that. Don't feel ashamed if you don't follow along. Like when I follow tutorials myself, I need to watch them like 3 or 4 times before I actually understand what's happening. Alright. But basically, when we attack, we are enabling our collisions on our hands that we just set up. And when those collision overlap a player, we're gonna enable damage. So, if we go back into our zombie, we have our attacks. So this is gonna not be, this is gonna be the other one. This is gonna be attack left because it's a left-hand attack, and it's gonna be enabled from here to something like there. Yeah, that's good. And this one, it's a big attack, so enable both. But I mean, it's only gonna be one damage instance anyway, I guess. But left hand, and we can do another track. There we go. Right hand. So just right click, insert notify track, add notify track, I think it's called in Unreal Engine 4. You can overlap them as well, you don't need a new track, it's just easier to keep it clean. There we go. So now we are enabling damage. So we need now on component begin overlap, and the same on this one, on component begin overlap. We need to cast to player character, and do we need the same function here, I guess, because it's an AI. I don't think we need the same function here, but we might as well replicate it, I guess. So if we go into our player character and we find our function for damage, let's do the same in the master AI. Copy it and go into our functions and confirm. We're gonna refresh nodes, but here it's not gonna be AI take damage. So we're gonna change the AI to player. So the attacking actor is the master AI instead. And let's just delete. And call it player to damage. And drag this in, and refresh, and that should be fine. Good. Now we need a function in our player, and we have this AI take damage. Let's just copy it. Can we paste it? Yeah. Call it player take damage instead. And let's do the same here. Spawn system at location. We did this in a video before. In the AI we set it up with a Niagara system, so let's do this here as well. So you can decide if you want to use Niagara or Cascade. And we are gonna delete some stuff here, and these are not needed, so that's gonna be it for now. In our player character, okay, bear with me, it's gonna be a few more minutes. So in our master player character, we are gonna be adding variable hit fx, which is gonna be, I'm gonna use the Niagara, and it's gonna be an array, so it's gonna be the same, and I'm just gonna by default add blood to so this is the same as we set up in the AI. Basically we're gonna use it for the same reason. We're just gonna drag the array, we're gonna get a random, and we're gonna sorry, we need to pull that through as well, and we're gonna drag it in. And I guess we can use the same hit montage, right? Where did I put it? Retargeted animation, hit reactions. I think we can use the same one for the player. I'm just gonna hard code it for now. And sound is gonna be no, it's not that one. Use notified flash impacts. Master player, you can use whichever sound you want. I'm just gonna use this flash impacts. Save all. Bum, bum, bum. Is that gonna be it for now? In our master AI, finally, we also need to player take damage. We need the okay, we need to get the attacking actor. The attacking actor is a master AI and not a player because we swapped it around. And we're gonna pull through the damage, and we're gonna pull through the hit location. So, hope you managed to follow along. So we have this replicated function now in our AI, and we did the collisions. So let's go back to the collisions, and let's do server applied damage, server applied damage. Player to damage is the player we are overlapping with. The attacking actor is self. And the difference here, there's a major difference here actually. The difference here is that we are, with our player we are just shooting. So when we are just shooting, we are line tracing. We are not really line tracing here, we are using the collision of the attack. So the hit location will be different, because we can break or we can get the sweep results, and this was an issue in UE4 in some versions, but let's see if it works here. It might actually work here, but I'm not sure. I guess we will see. Okay, let's see what happens. I think there's still one thing we need to set up, but something should still happen. The reason it's flickering is because of the visibility. So we need to get in the master AI collision. We want to ignore camera. But that's not the issue here. It's not working, that's for sure. Okay. Let's see if we fire the hit event at all. That should have fired it. That should also have fired it. Okay. So let's go to collision. World dynamic. And we also want to overlap them only, I think. It might be a replication issue, to be honest, because we did not do a function, we only set it from the animation. So let's do a standalone play and see if that works. Okay, so that works. So it's a replication issue, because this is how it should be. And so that's nice to know, though. And I know why. So in our master AI, we need to go into our functions. We need to do a custom event called server enable damage, and another custom event called MC enable damage. And we need to get this, we need to get this, we need to get this. So we have all of the damage thingies. Set collision enabled, and we're just gonna plug all of these in, and we're gonna do physics, no, the other one. Query only, no physics collision. Let's see if that works. It should work. MC enable damage, and over there. And this is gonna be run on server, and this is gonna be a multicast. And in these bloody states that we put somewhere, we are gonna not set collision enable like this. We are gonna server enable damage, because I think that's why it's not working. But since we're enabling all of the collisions, I mean, we don't really need this. And actually, we only need one state again. Yeah, we only need one state again, because we are enabling all of the collisions. And I mean, if the other ones aren't there, it doesn't really matter. So we are back to only needing one state. So let's only do let's call it enable damage, and let's actually close, 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 We don't need the left hand damage, we only need the right hand damage. Enable damage. Enable damage. Enable damage. And enable damage. Save all. All right. And in the enable damage, let's just see so I'm not deleting the wrong stuff here. I'm getting a bit drunk, so sorry for this is probably gonna be the last video for tonight. Let's delete this. Save all, because this is the only one we need. Like custom master AI, begin, and no collision. We don't need this one. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. No crash. Okay, good. Let's see if this works. We are still in standalone, I see, but let's just see though we didn't break anything. That's working. And let's go to player's client. Ah, damn it. But we are doing damage now, at least. We didn't do that before. And that means we don't, yeah, we do need this one. We are not getting this far. I mean, do I need to replicate that? We are doing damage because this triggers, so we know that. Or am I thinking wrong here? Let me just pause because the video is getting long. 1 second. Alright, finishing up here. It looks like we don't really need to replicate this. Let's just keep the functions just in case, but since it's called from the server, since it's an AI, it seems to be fine to just call the player event, player take damage event, straight from the server, which is from the AI. Let's see if the impact point is working, because we did not get any impact particles. So yeah, skip that replicated function, just call straight from the player character, call the player take damage, and let's see if we get some blood now as well. We do not. Okay, let's just okay. I don't think it's, I mean, I think it's not gonna work. And actually we should get the impact normal on the other ones as well to align it to the surface. But for this one, we are just gonna get actor location, because it doesn't seem to work otherwise. And I think it's gonna look okay anyway, because that's actually how most of the games do it. It's like they don't really care exactly about the impact point. There we go. Wow, the blood looks a lot brighter when it's on the player though. It's the same particles. Why is it so dark on? It's a lot darker there, right? That's weird. I guess it's just, it is quite bright, yeah. Anyway, use whatever particles you like. This is fine. Video is 46 minutes long. Sorry about that. It could have easily been 2 videos, but it looks like we got it working. Let's look on the client if he's actually taking damage. And we need to decrease the range. Okay, yeah, take me instead then. Because he's, yeah, it's replicating at least, so that's good. We need the zombie to get closer, but it's working, as you can see. And it's not really the best attack animations. We do want some kind of root motion attacks for these, because it's so easy to dodge these since the character isn't really moving. Okay, maybe it's not that easy. But you can see it's so easy to just walk out of it. Yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Long video, sorry about that. Bet there will be plenty of questions. Project is looking cool though. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. And that's gonna be it. Thank you for this one. See you in the next one.